In today's evolving business landscape, sustainability and environmental, social, and governance or ESG factors have become paramount. Organizations are under increasing pressure to not only drive operational efficiency and cost reduction, but also to minimize their environmental impact and enhance their social responsibility. A significant portion of a company's carbon footprint lies within its supply chain, particularly in the area of procurement. These fall under the category of Scope 3 emissions, or in other words, the indirect emissions from a company's value chain. Scope 3 often represents the largest source of emissions for companies and also presents the most significant opportunities to influence greenhouse gas reductions. Within Scope 3, purchased goods and services are often the single largest emission contributor. In this release, in the area of procurement and supply chain, we introduced a new set of features and functionality so that procurement organizations can accurately identify the carbon emission figures in relation to their purchases through primary and secondary sources. Let's have a look at this functionality in brief. This is made possible by introducing a new dimension to purchases called emissions. Users can now collect emission details related to purchases with three main forms centrally. Emission capturing is not limited to carbon emissions. Other substances can be configured as per the user's requirements. The first method enables users to easily add emission details manually to purchased items using the newly introduced emissions data breakdown functionality. This is a straightforward method when the organization already has collected this information. The second method enables users to request their suppliers to provide emission details. Suppliers would log into the business-to-business portal and submit emission details requested by the procurement organization. Accurate details about the product emissions can be collected from the source. The third method involves an integration with an external, scientifically vetted database. In this iteration, we have provided out-of-the-box integration capability with Climatic, a third-party carbon intelligence solution provider. Users can use this method when emission details of products are not available internally or with their suppliers. Carbon emissions per unit will be calculated considering the product attributes communicated with the third-party service. This solves a significant pain point for many customers when emission details are not available internally or with the suppliers. Once the users have completed the emission data collection, they can proceed to use these emission details throughout the procurement process, whether it is in purchase requisitions or purchase orders, as shown here. We didn't stop there. To make this process even more efficient, we introduced artificial intelligence with natural language processing to provide recommendations to users on estimated carbon emission for purchases, especially when information is lacking, such as in the case of non-registered part purchasing. Users can get an estimated carbon emission figure based on the purchased item. Procurement managers and administrators are now able to understand the associated carbon emissions throughout the procurement processes as they happen before placing the orders. This data can be visualized with spend analysis and Power BI reports for further analysis. Additionally, this information is passed on to other parts of the application, such as supplier evaluation, bid evaluation, manufacturing, and ESG reporting. With these new capabilities, procurement managers, together with sustainability managers, are able to understand the impact of procurement activities at the operative source and make informed decisions. Customers will experience accurate carbon footprint tracking for purchased goods and services, helping them achieve their sustainability goals while operating a competitive supply chain.